Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sugarcane. The top stories first. Coronavirus infection tops 194,000 in Nepal. More than 2,800 new cases reported yesterday. CCMC recommends government to stop rescue flights, suggests reopening jungle safari and adventure tourism. President Bhandari greets Joe Biden. PM Oli expects to strengthen relations with the US under the new US president. Global coronavirus cases exceed 50 million, more than a quarter of total cases reported in the last 1 month. And Liverpool draw away to Manchester City in the English Premier League. Leicester leapfrog the Reds to the top of the table. And now the news in detail. The government yesterday confirmed 2,817 new cases of coronavirus during the latest round of tests. According to the spokesperson at the Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, Kathmandu Valley alone reported 1,533 new cases yesterday. Within the valley, 1,294 cases were reported in Kathmandu, followed by 162 cases in Lalitpur and 77 in Bhaktapur. Health authorities informed that the disease has infected a total of 194,453 people in the country so far. According to the Health Ministry, 157,926 patients have recovered from the disease, while the number of active cases across the country has slightly dropped to 35,419 from the overnight tally of 35,435. Meanwhile, the death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 1,108 in Nepal following the confirmation of 21 new deaths across the country. Nepal is currently among the top 34 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The COVID-19 Crisis Management Center has recommended the government to halt chartered flights to rescue Nepali citizens stranded abroad due to the pandemic. The CCMC took such decision, arguing that all stranded Nepalese have been already rescued from foreign countries. According to the CCMC, the government has so far rescued a total of 136,216 citizens stranded abroad since the pandemic started spreading across the globe like wildfire. Secretary at the Prime Minister's office, Mahendra Prasad Guragai, informed that the CCMC decided to recommend the government to halt the rescue flights as all diplomatic missions of Nepal have reported rescuing almost all stranded citizens is complete.
विदेशमा रहेका उद्धार गर्नुपर्ने नेपाली नागरिकहरूको हालसम्म 1,36,216 जनाको उद्धार भइसकेको र कूटनीतिक नियोगहरुबाट अब उद्धार गर्न जरुरी भएको संख्या लगभग सकिएको जानकारी प्राप्त भएकोले र नियमित उडानहरुबाट उहाँहरुलाई अब बाँकी रहेकोलाई समावेश गर्न सकिने अवस्था भएको हुनाले अब नियमित उडानबाट समायोजन गरेर ती उद्धार गर्नुपर्ने व्यक्ति कोही बाँकी रहेको भए त्यसबाट समावेश गर्ने गरी अब उद्धार उडानहरु गर्नु नपर्ने निर्णय भएको छ.
Secretary Guragai also informed that the CCMC has suggested the government to reopen cable cars, jungle safari and adventure tourism in the country. The CCMC has also requested the government to set up health units at local levels for consultations, considering the increase in number of people staying in home isolation. President Bidya Devi Bhandari has extended her greetings to US President-elect Joe Biden for his election victory. The president also greeted Kamala Harris for being elected the new Vice President of the US. President Bhandari posted a tweet yesterday stating that she expects the bilateral relations between the two countries to prosper under Biden's leadership. President Bhandari also expressed her disbelief that the people-to-people relations between the US and Nepal would further grow in the coming days. Similarly, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has also extended his greetings to Biden and Harris for their historic win. PM Oli also expressed his willingness to work closely with Biden to strengthen the relations between the two countries. The Government of India has donated ventilators to Nepal. The Indian government donated 28 ventilators amid a program organized at the Ministry of Health and Population yesterday. Indian ambassador to Nepal, Binay Mohan Quatra, handed over the ventilators to the Minister for Health and Population, Bhanu Bhakta Dhakal. Speaking at the program, Indian Ambassador Quatra said both the countries need each other's cooperation to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, and the help extended by the Indian government on behalf of the Indian people to Nepal reflects the attitude of positive cooperation. In response, Minister Dhakal extended gratitude towards the Indian government for helping Nepal despite the complications the nation has been facing due to the pandemic. The ventilators will be sent to hospitals where they are the most required, Minister Dhakal further added. Stating that the infection rate has been on the rise, Minister Dhakal confirmed the ventilators will be used to treat serious patients. With the arrival of winter, COVID-19 infection has been on the rise across the globe, including Nepal and India. Minister for Industry, Commerce and Supplies Lekhraj Bhatta has warned of stern action against sugar mill owners that have defaulted the payment to sugarcane farmers. Sugarcane farmers have also announced the protest programs starting next December 12, next month, if the payment is not received promptly. The Sugarcane Farmer Action Committee, Sarlahi, yesterday submitted a memorandum to the Minister for Industry, Commerce and Supplies Lekhraj Bhatta. In the letter, farmers have demanded the due amount to be cleared before the Chhath festival. Farmers, led by Rakesh Kumar Mishra, the coordinator of the Sugarcane Farmer Action Committee, Sarlahi, have also given an ultimatum to Minister Bhatta. The government made the promise to make full payment to the sugarcane farmers ages ago, and yet there is no payment. If the payment is not received before Chhath festival, protest programs will begin from 12th of December next month, the farmers warned.
हामी पुनः हजारौं किसानहरू भेला भई सिंहदरबार घेर्ने छौं। अतः नेपाल सरकारले तुरुन्त निर्धारित अवधिमा रकमको सम्पूर्ण भुक्तानी गरियोस्, होइन भने कोरोनाले मर्नु र भोक र ऋणले मर्नु दुवैको परिणाम एउटै भएकाले हामीले निर्णायक आन्दोलन गर्न बाध्य भएको जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु।
Receiving the memorandum, Minister Bhatta reiterated that the farmers will be paid even if it means selling the property of the closed industries. The mill owners buying sugarcane from farmers and defaulting to pay within time will be arrested, Minister Bhatta warned. The Industry Ministry has also been consulting with the Home Ministry and Land Reform Ministry for prompt solution, Minister Bhatta added.
अनि यतापट्टि विद्युत प्राधिकरणबाट पाउनुपर्ने भुक्तानी जोडेर कति हुन्छ किसानको बकाया कच्छ त्यो त्यताबाट भुक्तानी गराउने कुरो छदैछ। बाँकी अब उसको अन्य जायज यथा अथवा त्यही कम्पनीबाट हामीले के गर्न सक्छौं त्यसपछि सोच्ने।
Industry Ministry and Sugarcane Farmers Action Committee had reached an 18-point agreement on January 3rd last year to resolve the issue. The farmers have been struggling for the payment since a long time now. Makwanpur police has made public a fugitive who was on the run after murdering his friend. The man was on the run after killing his 20-year-old friend Vikas Waiba at Bakaiya rural municipality 3 days ago. Police arrested 20-year-old Bhimraj Blon in connection to the murder and made him public yesterday. Blon was arrested from Malta of Lalitpur on Saturday. The locals of Lalitpur were suspicious of the fugitive and handed him over to the police. And now the news from the economic front. Nepal has now reached a level of self-sufficiency with regards to the production of marigold flowers. General Secretary of the Agriculture and Livestock Development Ministry, Dr. Hari Bahadur Kesi, claimed in a meeting yesterday that this level of production and self-sufficiency could only be reached with the hard work and coordination of all stakeholders, including the farmers and the government. He went on to mention the importance of flower promotion policy, marigold farming promotion, and support in the flower festival, which helped the farmers achieve this target. For complete independence, he adds that small farmers all over the country should also be looked after, as they also add to the national tally in marigold farming. For more scientific approach to farming these flowers, farmers should also seek the help of NARC, National Agriculture Research Council, he advised. Vice President of the Commodity Council of the FNCCI, Loknath Gaide, said that all imports of the flower could be banned since in-house production has met the internal demands. Chairman of the Floriculture Association of Nepal, Kumar Kasaju Shrestha, mentioned that this is going to be the first year all flowers and garlands in the Tihar festival will be of Nepali origin. Welcome back, and now the international news. Global coronavirus infections exceeded 50 million on Sunday. According to Reuters, a second wave of virus in the past 30 days is accountable for a quarter of the total cases. October was the worst month for the pandemic so far, with the United States becoming the first country to report more than 100,000 cases per day. A surge in Europe also contributed to the rise, the news agency said. The latest 7-day average shows global daily infections are rising by more than 540,000. More than 1.25 million people have died from the respiratory disease that emerged in China late last year. The pandemic's recent acceleration has been ferocious. It took 32 days for the number of cases to rise from 30 million to 40 million. It took just 21 days to add another 10 million. Europe, with about 12 million cases, is the worst affected region, overtaking Latin America. Europe accounts for 24% of the COVID-19 deaths. The region is logging about 1 million new infections every 3 days or so, according to a Reuters analysis. That is 51% of the global total. France is recording 54,440 cases a day on the latest 7-day average, a higher rate than India with a far bigger population. World leaders congratulated U.S. President-elect Joe Biden on his victory, cheering it as an opportunity to fortify global democracy and celebrating the significance of Americans having their first female vice president. Although President Donald Trump did not concede defeat, relief was a common theme expressed in many parts of the world to the news that his re-election bid had failed, AP reported. The Americans have chosen their president. Congratulations, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We have a lot to do to overcome today's challenges. Let's work together, said French President Emmanuel Macron on Twitter. Other leaders who sent congratulations included Germany Chancellor Angela Merkel, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The president of Ukraine, whose country was central to Trump's impeachment and an attempt by the Trump campaign to paint Biden and his family as corrupt, offered congratulations. Most Western allies quickly welcomed a fresh start with a new administration in Washington. There was no immediate official reaction from China, which has a series of conflicts with the Trump administration over trade, security, and technology. But social media users welcomed the change. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Liverpool managed to escape with a point at Etihad Stadium as they drew against Manchester City in the highlight match of the Premier League weekend. Manchester City captain Kevin De Bruyne missed a crucial penalty in the 42nd minute with the game level at 1-1. Earlier, Liverpool's Egyptian forward Mohamed Salah scored with his penalty in the 13th minute to give the champions the lead. Gabriel Jesus scored a neat goal from within the box to draw the game level in the 31st minute. However, De Bruyne's miss meant the game ended 1-1 with points divided between the two teams. Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspurs both leapfrogged Liverpool into the top two places. Leicester defeated Wolves by a solitary Jamie Vardy penalty as they claimed the top of the Premier League table with 18 points. In other matches, Chelsea defeated Sheffield United by 4-1 with Tammy Abraham, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva and Timo Werner all scoring for the Blues. The shock result of the weekend was Arsenal's 3-0 loss to Aston Villa at home. The next round of matches are scheduled after the international break in the third week of November. We're at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Coronavirus infection tops 194,000 in Nepal, more than 2,800 new cases reported yesterday. CCMC recommends government to stop rescue flights, suggests reopening jungle safari and adventure tourism. President Bhandari greets Joe Biden. PM Oli expects to strengthen relations with US under the new US president. Global coronavirus cases exceed 50 million, more than a quarter of total cases reported in the last 1 month. And Liverpool draw away to Manchester City in the English Premier League. Leicester leapfrogged the Reds to the top of the table. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.